Okay. Okay. So what kind of notes do you have?
Oh, so topic is places I've considered moving to.
Okay.
And it's kind of constantly changing because, like recently this summer, we went to Costa Rica
Uh-huh.
and we decided that's not for us.
Oh yeah.
So it's I guess, evolving list.
Okay.
Um, Still a few places I want to go to. Sardinia, Italy.
Mm-hmm.
I've been to Italy, but
Mm-hmm.
not to Sardinia.
Okay.
It's an island. It's, I think, the second biggest island in the Mediterranean. So lots of beautiful beaches. Um, but it's a place I have to tour and see how it is for myself. Um, a new place I came across lately is Cyprus. It's a little smaller island also in the Middle East, but still in the Mediterranean Sea. Um, I think most people speak Greek and English, and so I think later this fall I'll be working in the area, and I'll be able to tour that later after that job. Yugoslavia was well, now it's Croatia and I think Serbia and Albania and
Okay. I'm going to see how it turns out.
Okay.
Because that wasn't the actual. But
Oh, man.
Oh, you thought it was real?
Yeah.
Shit.
All right, just practice.
So today we're going to be talking about different places you could move to. Rob here, you've had a lot of experience going to different countries.
Yes, there's still a lot of places I want to go to,
Mm-hmm.
which is kind of how I'm eliminating some of the places.
Mm-hmm.
Gotta check them out first before I just pack up and go. So the list, I guess, keeps changing.
Mm-hmm.
Like earlier this year, went to Costa Rica,
Mm-hmm.
and we decided that wasn't quite for us, me and Gloria.
Why is that?
Um, it's a little bit too much of a third world country, but still having Houston or American type prices.
Mm.
And then just the transportation wasn't really. So a lot of things weren't up to par, I guess.
Yeah, they got a lot of stuff that you can find in the U.S., like McDonald's, fast food restaurants, and that's why they call it. What did they say about it? It's like I've heard people refer. There's a lot of expats there,
Yes, there is.
like a little U.S.
Yes.
Country.
But some of the places we did go to were fairly remote, so
Mhm.
that was part of the problem. Just transportation is just very expensive over there. It's not set
Really?
up for the public very well.
You mean public transportation?
Well, just it's more than you expect, I guess.
Oh, okay. Because I remember when I went to Colombia, going across from one end of Bogota to the other was about $3 US dollars.
Yeah.
And that was about 15 years ago, though. So, but even
Well,
now, I don't even know what it
we
could be that
definitely
much.
spent hundreds. It was one of the more expensive things.
On taxis?
Yeah, taxis. We did take the public transportation a couple times, but that
Mhm.
was not the most pleasant either.
Wow.
And private transportation was very expensive. So.
Yeah. What did you go to Costa Rica for? Was it work?
Kind of like birthday week.
Okay. So for a whole week?
Yeah,
And that's when you ruled it out during that trip there?
yeah.
Okay.
I definitely have some tips if for other people, or if I'd ever go back, I'd probably just go to Jaco. Just go straight to,
Jaco?
yeah.
Is that the city
It's
in,
a city. It's a coastal city.
in Costa Rica?
Yeah.
Okay. So Costa Rica's ruled out. What are the reasons that you're thinking about moving from the U.S. to another country?
Well, the climate is probably number one.
You don't like the 115 degree weather
Yeah.
here in Houston?
No, the humidity and it's kind of. I'm tired of it. Had enough of it. I think there's just more beautiful places. Like Houston doesn't have enough. It's too hot to do anything outdoors. You know.
Hmm. What about other cities in the U.S.?
Europe is just really attractive right now.
Oh yeah, you're
So Europe is the top of the list, but
What part of Europe?
I still need to go to Sardinia, Italy. It's an island in the Mediterranean off the coast of Italy.
Okay.
That's kind of number one. Cyprus is its own island country. That's like a close second. And possibly Croatia, maybe like Split, which is on the coast of Croatia.
Okay. And you're going to all these different places on vacation?
Yes.
Okay.
Actually, later on this year, I'm going to do a job in Israel. And right after that, I plan on doing Cyprus, at least there.
Well,
So we'll see.
how long are you going to be there?
For the job,
Yeah.
supposedly a full month.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's a while. And then you're going to stay
Hopefully, I plan on staying at least 2 weeks or so after.
after that?
Yeah.
Okay. That's pretty cool.
Yeah.
That you get to travel.
I'm excited.
Yeah.
I've never been out the country for work, so
They just, before they've just kept you in the different parts of the traveling around the U.S.
yes, correct.
Yeah. Well,
Yeah.
what other countries? So you're talking about your top of the list is Europe. And I think you mentioned it was Cyprus.
Yes.
And Cyprus is the top of the list.
Sardinia
Sardinia?
also.
Sard-
It's kind of like those two.
Those two? I haven't heard of Sardinia before.
It's the second biggest island in the Mediterranean.
Okay.
So it's west of Italy. You've probably heard of Sicily.
Yeah.
So that's the biggest island.
Oh, okay. So it's another one of the islands around there.
Right. But it's like a
Okay.
huge island.
What makes you think of Sardinia? Like, what is it? I wouldn't have never thought if I want to move, I'm going to go to Sardinia.
It's just the beaches on the island.
You've been there?
No, but I've been watching a lot of YouTube videos.
Oh.
And, they look amazing.
You got to check it out first, though, right? Before you
Yes,
make a
definitely.
decision.
But
Because,
it's like crystal blue, like pool type waters.
yeah. I had that experience when I went to Waikiki Beach in Hawaii.
Okay.
It was beautiful. The waters were crystal clear. So when you talk about the beaches at Sardinia, I imagine something like what I experienced. I could go underwater, and I would see the white sand underwater, and
Yeah.
it was just crystal clear.
I have high expectations for the Mediterranean.
Yeah.
In general, yeah.
Yeah. Well, yeah, you definitely probably want to go there before you actually
Yeah.
move there.
So we've been to Italy actually this past November. We did Rome,
You and Gloria?
yeah, the Amalfi Coast, which we really enjoyed, and Florence. So
Yeah, those are.
we didn't make it. It's like an 8-hour ferry ride from Rome to Sardinia.
What about the cost of living? Have you researched that?
Yeah, it seems much more affordable than the U.S.
Really?
except gas.
Yeah.
Gasoline prices seem maybe more than double.
Yeah, I've heard about gas prices in Europe being really high. But then again, don't a lot of people commute by bicycle, get around town? I've seen a lot of that where
I
they
know
have
they have smaller cars. I think they drive more mopeds. And,
more bicycle trail lanes also in
Okay.
Europe than they do in the U.S. is what I've heard. So you might not that might not be an issue.
Right.
Gas prices.
right.
That's pretty wild. That you're thinking. When are you thinking about this? Doing this?
Well, the problem is also starting a business, or, so I still have to afford to live there.
Oh, so you want to do that also
Yeah, so
while
it's
you're
kind
out
of
there?
like two things that's
Yeah.
kind of making it more complicated.
Yeah, you have to have a little bit of some savings to
Yes,
launch that
yes.
kind of thing. Couldn't you just get a job out there to start off with?
Like in the refineries, or
Doing whatever, sell your body, teach English, whatever it takes to pay the bills.
maybe I'll try and get hired on at this Israel refinery.
Oh yeah, yeah.
I'll be like nearby.
Yeah.
Because Israel is actually on the Mediterranean coast.
So you mentioned the refineries. So what is it that you do exactly?
So you could say I work seasonally. Turnaround seasons, start up in like early January and kind of stop like end of May. And summer, most people take off summer. It's not too much work going on summer. Then it kicks back up in like September through maybe like mid-November.
Okay.
So I have long summers and then a little bit of a Christmas break.
And when you say inspections, what is it that you're inspecting?
Looking for damage mechanisms such as like corrosions or cracking in the metals of the equipment for the refineries.
Oh, okay.
And the piping to and from the equipment.
Okay. So these refineries, oil and gas
Right,
refineries.
because you don't want chemicals leaking out. Some of them are toxic, some of them are highly explosive, just multiple reasons.
Okay. So
the integrity of the equipment.
is that a possibility, finding a job in another country doing that? Or even with the company that you're with, maybe landing you in an offshore position permanently?
Well, I switch companies all the time.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Are you like an independent contractor?
Yes,
Oh,
yes.
I see.
So-
So your work, you get hired on by those companies.
Yes.
I see. Is it possible to get a permanent position in a foreign country doing that kind of thing?
I could maybe look into it, but it's ultimately something I don't want to continue doing.
You want to
Like I would, yeah, I really do want to start a new business.
what kind of business do you want to start?
Initially I was thinking jet ski rentals or boat rentals.
Oh, that'd be cool.
So
Yeah, I think that's those are types of endeavors that expats enjoy starting. Sports, teaching English. I remember going to, I think it was Costa Rica. There were some expats, an expat-owned travel agency where is that the word, travel agency, where they had, like go-karts or forerunners, and things like that, and jet skis.
Oh.
And so also, what was it? I saw another expat in Colombia who started a bar. I think that's a popular business startup for expats.
Yeah.
Because that's what you'll be, an expat,
right.
when you go out there.
Right.
Or a liquor store, also things like that.
I wouldn't mind starting a bar and grill either. That was another consideration.
So we've talked about Israel, and then Italy, and Costa Rica. But I know that you have traveled a lot more than that.
Yes.
So what about some of the other countries you've been to?
Well, the all-time favorite is Thailand. So Thailand is just the most beautiful place I've been to. So many different excursions to do, like deep sea, like scuba diving, kayaking around the caves, and you can ride elephants, play with tigers. The food is amazing. It's just a beautiful country.
Oh.
It's fairly cheap.
You played with tigers?
Yes. Full-size tigers.
And you're still here.
Yeah.
How did that happen? What is...
It's called Tiger Kingdom, and they're very calm and chill. And at first, you're like, "Oh my God!"
Were y'all like rolling around in the dirt? And
Well,
like, they rolled over you?
we
and you
weren't
rolled over-
wrestling, but I was grabbing his paws and his tails, and at first I was like, "This tiger's about to maul me for doing this," but they just sat there.
Yeah. Wow.
And I think they just start them out as cubs, and then they're
used to humans.
not quite domesticated, but yeah, they're definitely been, I guess, I don't know, they've adjusted.
What was that like? Scary approaching the tiger? I mean, I would probably be scared. Like, even that they're telling me it's okay, it's tamed, it's tamed.
I think
They're
it
like,
was once they were like, pick up his paw. I was like, no. It was like, it's okay. And they're making me do stupid things for photos.
Yeah.
Like,
put your head in his mouth. What?
yeah.
It could be a good picture.
So I was with the medium-sized tigers, but these were probably still like, I don't know, 300 or 400 pounds.
Yeah.
And they looked full grown, but they still had bigger ones.
Yeah.
And then my girlfriend at the time play with the babies, the cubs.
Yeah.
So they were cute. Also.
Yeah, that's cute.
Yeah.
That was in Thailand.
Yeah.
And is Thailand a consideration to move to?
Well, I've been 3 times, and it still is my favorite place in the world. But I don't think my wife would consider moving there.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So what other countries?
She's actually pretty excited about Italy. She
Really?
like, almost jumped up like the first time I mentioned moving. I was like, we could move anywhere, like maybe Italy. She's like, Italy?
So she's on board with moving with you.
Yeah, she like really loved like the Amalfi Coast, like Positano and a couple of the little towns in that area. And so we need to check out a little bit more.
She'd probably help with your business then.
Yeah, she has
Both y'all.
manager skills, so
Yeah.
she'll be really good at that.
That'd be so. It sounds like a lot of fun.
Yeah, I just want to be the investor, like startup.
Yeah.
And maybe
You fund it.
fund it, and then sit back and kind of just oversee it, maybe.
Okay. She's managing it.
Yeah.
It might need to have some kind of input from you, maybe like the
Oh.
books or something. You see where the money's going.
Yeah. It's a lot to start up because I've never started up a business.
Yeah. Yeah. It sounds. It is a daunting task, especially in a foreign country. You have your work cut out for you because it's hard enough in the U.S. You have to learn all these new things about starting up a business, new laws, taxes, permits, things like that, sales tax permits. And then to do it in a foreign country, I can imagine it's going to be more challenge. They're maybe not more challenging, but maybe it'll be just as challenging. Maybe it's just going to be the same. I don't know. I've never opened a business in a foreign country, but
Each country's different set of laws.
probably the language barrier is probably just going to be a little bit of a challenge.
Yes.
Yeah, it may create the challenge for you. Yeah. So, have you been? How about? I think you've been to Mexico, right?
Oh yes, Mexico 4 times now.
4 times. What cities did you go to?
Cancun twice, Playa del Carmen, and Puerto Vallarta.
Okay. Yeah. Puerto Vallarta. I've been there to Puerto Vallarta.
Yeah.
A beautiful city.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Then I remember they had like a rainstorm or thunderstorm one night or a couple nights, and then just the light show with the lightning.
Yeah.
And the thunder bouncing off the mountains right behind you.
God.
Like amazing.
Yeah. Oh, it was like a real light show, like a beautiful light show.
Yeah.
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 And so Puerto Vallarta, Cancun. I haven't been to Cancun. What other 2 cities did you
Oh,
say?
Cancun twice.
Oh, Cancun twice?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. And where else?
Playa del Carmen.
Okay.
Which is 30 minutes south of Cancun.
Oh, okay.
So same airport.
Yeah.
Quintana Roo.
So what about that country? Did Gloria go with you to there?
3 of the 4 times.
Oh yeah. What did y'all talk about as far as that country?
Kind of considered it, but it seems like it's so maybe cliche. Like, it seems like most Americans, like, that's all they know of. Like, it sounds kind of boring.
Yeah.
Everyone just goes to Mexico for vacations.
It's right next door.
Yeah.
Everybody does it already.
Yeah, I want to be a little different.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, those 2 countries that you're talking about at the top of your list, Sardinia and Cyprus.
Cyprus. Yeah.
Definitely exotic, faraway places.
Yeah.
And one of the countries that I liked is Colombia. I've been there. It's a beautiful country. But you said you scratched that out also because of
Right.
something.
They actually don't allow importation of Rottweilers, which I have a Rottweiler, and she would obviously be moving with me. I'm not going to leave her behind.
Yeah.
So there's several countries. Greece has banned Rottweilers. And then Spain and France have so much like red tape and rules and restrictions. Like, You have to muzzle them in France. You have to have a license to own them in Spain.
That specific breed.
It's like
I knew there were pit bulls issues with pit bulls. I had no idea that a Rottweiler had issues around the world.
some of these countries are classifying them all together, like specifically Rottweilers. Some of them have a little bit more extensive list. Some of them just might have pit bulls.
Yeah.
So
Oh,
pit
there's
bulls.
because you found restrictions about pit bulls also.
Oh, pit bulls are on almost every country's list.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Banned.
Yeah. So Colombia's out then.
Yes. And
Have you ever been there?
I wanted to go, but it kind of got moved to back of the list.
Yeah. Now that you heard about the Rottweiler.
Right. Yeah. So I wouldn't mind going, but it's not on top of the list anymore to go.
Mm-hmm. What other countries have you been to?
Oh, Dominican Republic, Costa Rica twice now, Guatemala, Poland, Czech Republic, Germany, and I've taken a train through Austria.
Okay.
Yeah, I think that's about it.
So that's one of the technicalities.
Yes.
You passed through Austria.
Yeah, so I've seen it, but I haven't slept there.
You didn't sleep there.
Right.
Didn't you say Korea was one of the countries?
Oh yeah, I had a extended layover to Thailand one time, or from leaving Thailand.
Yeah.
So I slept in Korea one night, Seoul, Korea, but it wasn't really a vacation. It
Yeah.
was the very end of a vacation.
Yeah. But you were there one night.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
There was definitely a language barrier there.
Yeah.
I went into a gas station or a convenience store, and I was trying to get beer or something, or
Yeah.
the guy was like screaming at me, or maybe that was just his tone of voice.
Yeah. Well, what was happening?
I don't remember, but I was asking him something,
Uh-huh.
and he was like just yelling.
Maybe you were asking him in English?
Yeah.
Oh, maybe those were profane words in Korean.
Yeah, that was, man, I think that was in 2015.
Yeah.
So it's been quite a while.
What was he saying to you?
Oh, I don't. So earlier you asked me if I'd ever considered staying in the U.S. And actually there's one possibility I was thinking about. In a couple of weeks we're going to be going to the Siesta Keys, or Sarasota, Florida.
Oh, nice.
It's supposed to be some of the best waters and beaches in the U.S. I actually have a relative there, so I might try and visit her a day or so. And Gloria's coworker is also going to be there that week, so we'll probably catch up with them also. But yeah, Sarasota is a smaller city south of the Tampa Bay area. It's Tampa Bay and St. Petersburg. And well, we're gonna check it out. It's gonna be like a little short vacation right before I start work again. Maybe like 4 or 5 days.
Isn't that going to be a lot more expensive, Florida, than Houston? I hear Florida. Well, I hear about Miami, but Sarasota,
Miami's super expensive.
super expensive. But
But,
Sarasota doesn't seem to be that far away.
No, well, it's kind of in the middle of the state, but on the Gulf Coast side.
Okay.
And like I said, maybe 30 minutes south of Tampa Bay, St. Petersburg area. So I'm thinking it's a suburb, it's probably nowhere near like the city of Tampa, or
Yeah.
but also it's kind of a touristy area too, so we'll see.
Yeah.
But
When are
if
you
I
going
could
there?
get a first week of September. Oh, right after Labor Day.
Okay, cool.
But if I could get a business there, and like I said, it's beautiful waters,
Yeah.
that's a possibility, or maybe at least start a business and then
Yeah.
move.
So that's a possibility here in
Yeah.
the U.S. then.
Yeah.
So, but Houston's not a possibility for you.
Kind of over it.
Yeah.
I have a lot of friends, and that's fun and all, but just the climate's just miserable.
Yeah. The humidity.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You don't even want to get outside the house.
But it's only during the summers mostly. It's hot and
Yeah, but
humid.
our summers are like, 5 or 6 months.
Yeah, it can be
We
a while.
we don't have the calendar summer months.
Yeah, and our winters are not much of a winter.
No,
Yeah,
it's like
and that's pretty much anywhere in South Texas. Houston, San Antonio. San Antonio is drier, but I mean it's still pretty hot.
yeah.
You know,
Austin is drier, and
yeah,
I do like Austin, but Austin's like outrageous right now. So, like
Yeah.
so much more expensive than Houston.
yeah. Well, that's been talked about a lot on
Yeah.
you know, with the housing
Yeah.
issues that are going on and things like that.
So, what about you? I know you've
Mm-hmm.
mentioned Colombia to me before. Have is that still a maybe, or have you thought of any other places?
I've always liked Colombia. Colombia's such a beautiful country. You know, I've been to Bogota and Cali. Those are the two cities I've been to. Cali was hot and humid, just like well, I shouldn't say just like Houston. It was hot and humid, but at the time that I went anyway, it wasn't as hot as it was here.
Right.
So, but and Bogota was cooler. But yeah. I mean, maybe someday I would move there. There's things that I have to, you know, look into, like, you know, what your kind of research you're doing, which is your dogs and stuff like that. And cost of living. Well, the cost of living I don't think is an issue. It's going to be a lot less expensive there. What I would do for a living, you know, things like that. But I have a business here, so I can still work in my business from over there. I don't. It would be more challenging to do it over there, to work over there, but I think it's still doable, just not the same
Right.
as I'm being here. So yeah, I mean. I thought that you know, there might even be a possibility where we could move together and do stuff. But now that, you know, Colombia's out because of Rottweilers, and I think that would be the only. I'm not looking at a lot of countries the way you are. And you think you're looking at a much more broad. You're looking more broadly. You're looking all around the world. You're looking at Italy and Greece or Cyprus and Europe, whereas I've pretty much only been looking at one country,
Right.
Colombia.
I thought Greece was the one until I found out that Rottweilers are banned from there.
Yeah.
Like, oh,
You know,
it had checked off so many boxes. Beautiful. It seems like a nice place to party. Like a little bit of everything.
yeah,
Cheap. A lot of stuff to do.
our dogs are important.
Yeah.
You
It's
know?
like, one of my family members.
Yeah,
So,
there's no way we can leave them behind.
No.
It makes a big difference in which country you choose. You know, your dogs.
it's ridiculous. It's like being racist towards animals.
You were talking about Spain and France. You know, those can be pretty expensive countries to live in. There's other things to consider, I would think, you know, besides cost of living. Off the top of my head, I'm thinking of politics. Unrest is what I'm thinking
I believe
of.
France is going through a lot right now.
Yeah, citizenship, getting
Yeah,
or
it's
is
a
that
lot.
something you're going to try to do?
And that's also one of the things I've been kind of filtering out. Some countries are easier to get into, seems like, than others.
Yeah.
Croatia seemed to be a little harder than Italy. And Cyprus seems to be possibly the most lax from the little bit of research I've done. So
Who seems to be the most like?
Cyprus.
Cyprus. Okay.
seems like it.
Oh, so that's probably why, and it ticks off a lot of your boxes. Checks
Yes,
off a lot of your
yes,
boxes.
Until
Okay. Even the Rottweiler.
yes,
Okay.
yes. So now that's one of the first things I check.
Yeah.
Like,
The
because
Rottweiler.
that's the most important.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sardinia does also.
Yes.
Yeah.
They allow
Yeah.
all of Italy.
How would you move? Let's say, for example, you decide on Cyprus or Sardinia. How that's a long ways.
Like how much stuff would I move? Like would I just pack some clothes and?
Well, I mean, because you probably have more than clothes. You know, you got your cars, and you've got your clothing, your furniture. How would you? That would seem like a pretty
I
big
know
endeavor.
some of the stuff you can ship, like shipping containers. A vehicle, I would keep my vehicle here. I'd probably just, yeah.
Keep it here.
Yeah, I would keep it
So
here.
you're going to keep a place here, or
I would probably keep it maybe at my parents' house, or for whenever I visit the U.S. I think I would keep, or especially if I want to continue working for a little bit longer in the U.S.
oh yeah. So maybe eventually sell it as the longer you stay there,
Yeah.
because it doesn't seem
I don't know if I'd ship a whole vehicle there.
yeah. I don't think it'd be any point when you could probably find it for less expensive, because I think you have European cars.
Yeah.
Probably be less expensive over there to buy it and have it instead of having to ship it.
Right. It's just not something I think, spend extra money on.
Yeah. So you could sell your cars, or keep it, like you said, for a little while, and then eventually, because I would think even keeping it would become expensive, because then it's just sitting there. But what about all your other stuff, like your furniture, even your dogs? You know, how would you get them over there? And
So one is a Shih Tzu, which would be no problem to fly. The Rottweiler's a little bit. I would actually look into possibly a personal jet. Like, that might actually
Yeah.
be worth it. You know.
yeah, yeah, because putting them in the cargo area
It's not
is
something I really. Of
It's
course,
rough.
she is an emotional support animal, which supposedly it's supposed to be more lax on the rules. But I haven't flown with her anywhere, so I'm not
Yeah.
sure.
yeah, because put them in the cargo area. I've heard some bad stories about how they've died
Yeah.
in there. The only other options would be, like you said, because they're a support dog. Maybe some airlines will allow it, or by boat, or by private jet. And definitely, they're worth it. You
Yeah,
know, to
yeah.
keep them.
To avoid that hassle.
Yeah, to avoid the hassle and keep them
It'd be a
safe.
one-time deal to just get across
Yeah,
the
Yeah.
Atlantic.
yeah. What about your furniture and all your belongings?
It's it's just furniture.
Yeah, just get rid of it.
Yeah.
yeah. You can get more over there.
I mean, people get rid of furniture every 5 or 10 years anyway. So
Yeah.
like it's nothing I need to bring.
Yeah. What about your wife? How are you gonna get over there?
The present's supposed to be good,
Right.
It's supposed to be like
Well, they can't be perfect though. They
Right.
can't be perfect.
I mean, look at Bill Clinton getting head with getting head in the White House when he's
What's wrong with
married.
that?
Nothing wrong with that.
You got a problem with that, Rob? But then now there's all this talk about pedophilia, his involvement in pedophilia because of ties with Jeffrey Epstein,
Clinton.
the Clinton, and I don't know if it's Hillary or Bill.
I think they were all at that.
I mean,
they were
Hillary,
all-
like, what? You're into kids too? Like, what?
Oh, I'm sure she was like. I'm sure she didn't do anything about it.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure they were close. That was like a little circle.
The Epstein Circle Club.
Yeah.
And now they're trying to all get away. And I mean, come on, how many people really believe?
That's why he died.
Yeah.
He knew,
Oh, yeah.
He knew all the people.
Yeah, that's why. Have you seen Andrew? Remember Andrew? You saw the Tucker Carlson. I would never kill myself.
Right. Yes. He said it like 20 times
I would never kill myself.
because he knows.
Yep. He knows what they did to Jeffrey Epstein.
Yeah.
If you want a good society, so then you have to argue and sit and say, do these people want a happy, functioning society, or do they want something else?
What do you think?
I think that I would never kill myself. And I also,
Just throwing that out there.
And they say
They did a lot of people.
he killed himself, and how many people believe that? I mean,
They said it wasn't even possible. I think, like where it was hanging, it was like 5 feet tall or something stupid. I
Yeah.
forgot the details, but it was like it's not even possible.
yeah. But even if it was, okay, so there's that. But even if it was possible, he was considering the circumstances that
And
he
then
was.
the camera went off.
Yeah. Oh, it did?
I think so.
Yeah.
The lights went out and the camera went off.
I mean,
Camera went off.
that's a little obvious. I mean, come on.
I think it was like 2 or 3 obvious, like really obvious things.
Who's
Like,
gonna believe? And but they shove it down our throat and say you're gonna believe this whether you like it or not,
Yeah.
and that's it. I think the media is trying to create a lot of division between people.
Yeah,
and because
They want you to pick sides,
Right.
and they want to make enemies. They want you or the people to make enemies amongst themselves.
yeah, because I've had friends that are conservative my whole life. I never even cared. I mean, the only thing I thought is they don't want to invest in public programs as much as liberals do. Liberals want to invest more in healthcare and parks. Now it's all this crazy. I'm not going to delete them because they're still my friends.
Yeah.
And I'm not going to delete anybody and Trump, I'm not going to delete anybody because I like Trump or conservative or whatever. All right, guys. See you next time.